Next, a word for the rich. Weep and wail over the hardships coming upon you. Your riches have rotted and your clothes have become moth-eaten. Your gold and silver have corroded, and their corrosion will be evidence against you and will eat up your flesh like fire. This is the Arakit Hayamim, and you have been storing up wealth. Listen, the wages you have fraudulently withheld from the workers who mowed your fields are calling out against you, and the outcries of those who harvested have reached the ears of Adonai Tzavat. You have led a life of luxury and self-indulgence here on earth. In a time of slaughter, you have gone on eating to your heart's content. You have condemned, you have murdered the innocent. They have not withstood you. So, brothers, be patient until the Lord returns. See how the farmer waits for his precious fruit of the earth. He is patient over it until it receives the fall and the spring rains. You too be patient. Keep up your courage, for the Lord's return is near. Don't grumble against one another, brothers, so that you won't come under condemnation. Look, the judge is standing at the door. As an example of suffering, mistreatment, and being patient, brothers, take the prophets who spoke in the name of Adonai. Look, we regard those who persevered as blessed. You have heard of the perseverance of Iyov, and you know what the purpose of Adonai's was, that Adonai is very compassionate and merciful. Above all, brothers, stop swearing oaths, not by heaven, not by earth, and not by any other formula. Rather, let your yes be simply yes, and your no simply no, so that you won't fall under condemnation. Is someone among you in trouble? He should pray. Is someone feeling good? He should sing songs of praise. Is someone among you ill? He should call for the elders of the congregation, and they will pray for him and rub olive oil on him in the name of the Lord. The prayer offered with trust will heal the one who is ill. The Lord will restore his health. And if he has committed sins, he will be forgiven. Therefore, openly acknowledge sins one to another and pray for each other so that you may be healed. The prayer of a righteous person is powerful and effective. Eliyahu was only a human being like us, yet he prayed fervently that it might not rain. And no rain fell on the land for 3 years and 6 months. Then he prayed again. And heaven gave rain, and the land produced its crops. My brothers, if one of you wanders from the truth, and someone causes him to return, you should know that whoever turns a sinner from his wandering path will save him from death and cover many sins. The word of the Lord. Amen.
Tonight, nurses in Texas are calling for nursing to be considered a professional degree. It comes amid changes to federal student loan programs set to take effect next year. Kevin Reese spoke to the Texas Nurses Association about those impacts and the response from the Department of Education.
At the height of the COVID pandemic, this was the frenzy at Parkland Hospital. Doctors and nurses scrambling to save lives in a packed COVID ward.
When we first heard about this, we were disappointed.
A disappointment the president of the American Nurses Association shares with her fellow nurses. The recently passed One Big Beautiful bill caps federal student loans at $100,000 for graduate degrees, $200,000 for professional degrees. Nursing, even in a packed COVID ward, is not considered a professional degree.
And 20 years ago, I spent $100,000 in loans to get my nursing education. So That's just not going to work in today's times.
When nurses are scratching their heads and wondering, after all that the profession has done to support healthcare, to support us through COVID, and to not be considered a profession is a real blow to all of us.
And beyond the perceived insult, they fear the borrowing limit will impact the number of people willing to enter the nursing profession.
The system will crumble if you don't have enough nurses to either teach the next generation or to support the access to care issues that we do currently have in this country.
A Department of Education spokesperson tells WFAA that when it comes to federally backed loans, nursing has never been included as a professional degree, that nurses can still take out loans to the $100,000 limit, and that as the student loan portfolio nears $1.7 trillion, these loan caps are common sense and place downward pressure on the cost of tuition across the country. Meanwhile, nursing associations are asking people to sign an online petition.
But this is the time where we need everyone to speak up with the voice to let people know that this is just, we're not going to stand for this and that we need this to change.
If not, the proposed changes take effect in July. In Dallas, I'm Kevin Reese.